Hello and welcome to the demo video for the mileage for business use spreadsheet. This is one I made a while ago, but I'm actually reshooting the video because I've made an adjustment, made an addition, and it's not a big one as far as a different in approach is concerned, but it does make a big difference to the spreadsheet. So I thought I'd rather just reshoot this video. So this is the intro and setup page. The reason for the spreadsheet is to be able to capture your mileage. If you're working for someone, or if you're even working for yourself, you've got your own limited company, and you own the vehicle and you're doing mileage for the company, and you've got to track the mileage so that you can claim back the mileage you do for the company. This is what the spreadsheet's for. Now, the old version had everything that this one does, except this one's got different methods of transport. Because I realized that there are different rates for different vehicles, cars, motorcycles, bicycles, etc. So I thought to give the option for you to be able to add some more. In fact, there are even ones, if you've got a certain number of passengers driving with you, you get to claim a different amount of money. So you'll be able to set the methods. I'll show you how it works. So yeah, let's just go through the intro setup page, which is what you set up at the beginning. And then you add the mileage, and as you do it, and then you can see the report. So let's start with intro and setup. First and foremost, down the left-hand side here, you've got the method. So you can type in the method: car, motorcycle, bicycle, or whatever the options might be. And then here you can set for the first 10,000 miles, because most of the rates, if the first 10,000 miles, there's a certain rate, and thereafter there's a different rate. So you can set that boundary over here, the first 10,000 miles, and that will change there. If you were to change that, for example, to 15,000 miles, then it'll change to 15,000 miles there. So that's just the boundary that you set over here, and then that will fill in the header. Then you can put in the values for the first 10,000 and thereafter. The other thing that you can do is you can select the calculation option. So they're either combined or per method. So in other words, I don't actually know what the law is around this. So you need to go and check this out. But I've put in two options. So you can change it. Should it change? This first 10,000 miles, is that 10,000 miles per method, or is it 10,000 miles for all methods of transport? If you select combined, then as soon as you hit 10,000 miles of any method, it jumps to the next level. And if you hit per method, then it waits until you hit 10,000 miles in the car before it switches. So you can select which one that one is. Yeah, if you're not sure, I would put combined, because that'll give you the lower amount. And then you can put in your networking types. This was as before. You can put your networking type, your journey types. I put networking, meeting, mastermind, other, whatever your journey types are, just so that you can categorize what you're using the vehicle for. You don't have to produce this, as far as I'm aware, for legal purposes, but you might want to know where you're actually going. Starting month, you can select which month of the year is starting for the year, and then which year it is, and it'll give you that year. It'll give you that year as far as the dates are concerned. So if you enter a date outside of that year, it won't let you put it in. So this will give you a year starting from the 1st of May 2018 to the end of April. Yeah, the end of April 2019. You can put in the driver's name, your name, and you can put in your job title. These don't go anywhere else other than on the spreadsheet. And that is all. That's all you need to put in over there. The company name has been locked in place to secure the spreadsheet. But once that's all filled in, you've got everything that you need on the setup page. You can come and add some more methods in afterwards. You can even come and change some of these values, but just bear in mind, if you change any of these values, it'll change it for all the data in the year. It won't just update from a certain date. It'll change it from all or change all the data that you put in the spreadsheet. Then all you need to do is put in the mileage. So each time you go somewhere, simply fill in the date. What I suggest doing on the spreadsheet is, if you actually put, for example, 1st of Jan and click enter, it'll adapt it to the correct date format. Now that says it's wrong because we put in 2022 and this was supposed to be 2018 to 2019. If I did the 1st of Jan 2019, then it'll be fine. So you put in the date, type it in 1 Jan, 2 Feb, whatever it might be, and just click enter. Sometimes if you try and put it in, like if you try and put it in that format, 01/01/2019, Sometimes Excel gets confused as to whether you're trying to put in the day first and the month second, like in the UK, or the month first and the date second, like in the US. And it just confuses it. So I just put in 1st of Jan. And as I said, if you're doing it in the same year as what's valid, it shouldn't turn red. Excuse me. You can then put in the where you went from, where you went to, and now there's an extra column. You can now select the method. So you can select the method that you used, and then you can select the type of journey that you went on, where you went to. You can put in a very short purpose over here as to where it was that you were going, and then here you can put the number of miles. Just put in whole miles. You don't put in any decimal places, and that's all you need to do. That will then create this report. It'll give you a mileage breakdown per month, per type. It'll give you the number of, here, this table here is really the one that you mostly after, because this one for me gave me the value each month that I could claim. So I put that through the business, and then it gave me the number of miles that I'd done. You can see an annual breakdown. You can see cumulative mileage at the end of each month. And you can see a breakdown as to where you went in each month of the year and how many miles you did for each of those ones in each month of the year. So that is the report. These values, as I said, are all based on what mode of transport you took. The last thing that you need to remember is right at the top here, I've put a default car. You do need to select a default because then if you leave all of these blank, if you leave the method blank, it will select the default, because I did that to save you from having to go car. If you're only ever using a car, just put the default method in this car, and then you can leave these blank. It'll automatically assume that anything that's blank here is the default at the top. Alternatively, if you do select car, then that's fine. It does the same thing because it uses car instead of car, so it's exactly the same. Or if you did come in and put motorcycle down, then what it would do then is for this particular journey, it would use the motorcycle rates and not the car rates. So you can choose which method you're actually using, and it'll use the rates that you've put in over here based on the first however many miles you've put in over there. So I hope that all makes sense. And yeah, if this works for you, then I wish you all the best. Thank you very much and goodbye.